was your? I'm going to say transition, but what was it for you at that point in time?
So before I was even 18, but when I was 16,
Mm-hmm.
I got kicked out of my house as a teenager.
Okay.
So um, 18 was just like another day for me. It was just, you know what I'm saying? It was just going through the processes.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, so I got kicked out when I was 16. And I feel like it kind of like curbed my progression a lot because it forced me to be things that I wasn't prepared for, or maybe things that I wasn't, that I definitely know I wasn't before.
Mm-hmm.
But it turned like I had to be a wolf to survive because, you know, you can only sleep in friends' couches or bedrooms or whatever for so long, right? So, you know, sleeping outside, doing things like that, just trying to get through. So, um, 18 for me was just, it was just 18, you know,
I
it was
got it.
just like my
Yeah,
consequences. Yeah,
man.
like
So
it
let's
feel like the things that I did was gonna have like real repercussions after this moment. Like that's what I felt like. Like, damn, if I do something, it's I'm gonna have a real repercussion for this.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, as a parent, as a mom, I think I've even told my son that, like, when he turned 18, I said, now, and that's only because I also experienced that with my older son. Like, all right, now you're 18, they're not like, oh, let me go call your mom.
right.
When you're out there, you're
nah,
out
it's on
there,
you.
right? And I think, unfortunately, which I did share with him, because Quentin's like, you're just being so negative. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, it is a scary reality, right? Like your daughter turning 18 is not like your son turning 18 or
Yeah,
being a
yeah.
man. It's
I
not.
think it's one of the differences.
Yeah. So being real, and again, we talk very openly. Once he was 18, the thought go to me now becomes, no one's gonna call me and be like, hey, we found, your son is out here, blah blah blah. Not to say they always would, but there's still that's someone's son, right? When he turned 18, he is another Black man who is a threat in the street. And so, unfortunately, I can admit this, and my son had to point that out to me. The fear that is a little conditioned into us as Black women, I projected. Right. So now I'm like, you gotta be careful out there. Even like with his girlfriend, I'm like, she's not 18 yet, but you're 18 now. Remember that, blah, like things like that. So I think that's what started this conversation about manhood. I was like, you have to be strong. You're gonna have to man up. No, I said you're gonna have to man up. And he said to me, I don't ever hear strong and Black men together. He said, when we're talking about a Black person being a man, it's you need to man up because life is hard. But when you talk about strength, they always show pictures of white men or other
Well,
races.
it's not even necessarily strength. It's like, and this is like more what my friend said when we were having that conversation. It's more like success. Like when you think of like the pinnacle of being a man, like the American dream, all that, anything that falls under that umbrella is the white man, like the middle class white man, the upper class white man. So it's like, why would I
Oh no, you're fine.
care to have that like label of, oh, I'm a strong Black man when I haven't seen that shown to me? Like, okay, you're strong. The only time I see Blackness, and this is not even me trying to make a joke, but it might be funny, is like Tyler Perry. That's the only time you see Black, because that's mainstream, that's A-list celebrity, that's up there. You don't really see Black. Black is just recent, for real, for real. Like,
I mean, we failed if Tyler Perry is our strongest Black man.
Well,
And look, and I was about to say Tyrone, and then I
think
wanted
there's
I wanted
other.
I wanted two girls. Go ahead, Tyrone. Go ahead, baby. I'm sorry.
I was saying, like, when I talk to young men, like, being strong is cool, but the most successful man is the resilient man. You need to learn to be resilient and learn how to use your resources around you, and and teach. Everybody teaches one another. To me, I've kind of changed my thought on manhood in general, because I believe that it kind of goes hand in hand, men and women. I believe in being the best human being I can be. And when I'm the best human being I can be, I'm going to be the best man I can be. Like, so I believe a man, and this changed over the years, as many things do. Like when we talk about providing, I think we overlook exactly what that means. Providing Yeah, it means taking care of the family, money wise, financially, but you got to provide that love to your family. You got to provide that emotional security. You got to make sure everybody, your children see a good example of what you're supposed to be. That's the biggest part of providing. I think a lot of times we mix that up with the materialism and stuff, and that's being a good human being, being a good man. A man gives that to his offspring, and he gives love to his wife. Everybody feels secure and safe around him, emotionally and physically. A man is peaceful, but he's not harmless, right?
Yeah.
So it's just those things are that is more layers to it than I think gets spread around like on the internet now. You hear about all this, man versus woman talk stuff, and it's it's real.
Two girls.
Two
I'm
girls.
sorry, two girls. What did you want to add, love? Because this is y'all show. I'm here to learn. I'm listening to you. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm just asking questions.
No, like I mean, I'm with Tyrone. Like to piggyback on that, it's just like it's just a process. And unfortunately, you go to school, they don't ever teach you how to be one. And you're gonna never read no book that's gonna give you no insight on it. Um, you're gonna have to learn like how so many of us learn, right? We see people, we see things that we like of certain people have certain characteristics that we want to appropriate into ourselves. We take some bad ones, and then we have to shell those off, you know. Um, but yeah, like that's really like what Tyrone said. It's just it's going to be so many small things that you're going to never even notice. It's going to be so minute you're just never going to notice it. But your strength is always going to be within you, like your decisions, um, your posture, your presence, your calmness, your communication. Because just being black, being black and being a communicator is like the biggest thing you'll ever have as a black man. Because instantly you walk in, you're instantly stereotyped. Before your mouth even open, you're already being stereotyped. So you have to disarm them first with your words. Before anything else, your
Yeah.
words have to disarm them.
How do you do
So
that?
being a communicator is like the biggest thing you can ever learn as being a black man, specifically. Like learn how to disarm people and learn how to um, arm yourself also. So you have to, come in with your own agenda. Um, I'm a firm believer that everybody have a motive. People think motives are bad, but my motive can be to see you do great, you know. But have that motive before you go in, if that's what you're going to need. Like when you become a man, you'll think about those things because you're going to think about your kids, you're going to think about your family, your responsibilities, your house, your car, gas, food, everything. And those are all your motives to get through the day.
Yeah,
So,
you asked how you deal with it. I know for me, I believe like as a man, as a woman,
Well, I'm saying
again
as
good
far as like just
good
how to
human being.
unarm. I was talking about the
Yeah.
unarming.
Yeah.
That comment, like that was a
It
deep
was a
comment.
strong. Yeah, that was a
Like,
very strong comment.
right. I
The
wanted to
the
just
way I
understand
do
how
it,
do you disarm an individual through communication, and I would also like to hear that from Quentin. But go ahead, Tyrone. I'm listening.
mhm.
I mean the way I do it, I'm myself.
Yeah.
I'm always my genuine self. I never let them see me sweat. Um, and one, I don't worry about disarming them. I worry about being if I worry about being professional, proficient, and I let it take care of itself. If you feel alarmed, if you feel nervous about that, I want you to. It's okay, because I'm gonna do my thing. I'm proficient. I'm good at what I do. Whenever I'm doing something, and those who see the value in that are going to value it, and those who don't see the value, they're going to miss out because I'm good.
Yeah.
And I think having that confidence as a man, um, that's the biggest thing, being confident. You let them see you sweat, you let them see you looking nervous and uncomfortable, then they don't trust you, or they're going to try to take advantage of you. I come in, I don't worry about disarming. If you want to, if you armed, then we might have to battle, but I don't much worry about that. I'm gonna be myself. Um, and that's how I move. So I've always moved, and anytime I went somewhere, I've gotten respect. I've gotten respect from more people than I've not gotten respect from, and that's why I always encourage the young guys to do: be yourself, be your genuine self. Don't be switching and flipping. And you switch and flip too much, you're not gonna know who the hell you are in the end. And you flipping so much, be your genuine self, young brothers.